Hello, hello everybody. Welcome into Rock Painting 101. Pardon my voice a little bit. I might sound a little bit different today. I am just getting over a hard cold. I apologize for being pretty late this week with a tutorial. If you're joining in live, there'll be a live in the corner. If you're catching this on the replay, feel free to ask questions in the comment section below, and I will answer them as soon as possible. This month, we've been working on Zendangles all month long. We did a few live tutorials already. We've gone over kind of the basics, how to create something for your dangles to hang down off of, and just some very simple dangle designs. We have accomplished dangles using only acrylic paints. We did all this with brushes and dotting tools that we have. Today, for the last tutorial this month, I'm going to go back to using my PN micron pen because I think if there's one supply that you might want to buy, if this is a design style that you like to do, this is probably it. It definitely makes these a lot easier to create and allows you to get some very fun details. So I've got this rock here completed. And I did it all with just this pen, and then I just chose a couple of my glitter markers or paint pens to fill it in because I'm doing this one for my daughter. Oh, Helen, it's out of focus. Sorry, did I bring it in? Let it kind of focus. So it's just a fun little design, and I'm going to do something similar on this rock here today. But since it's the last one of the month, I just wanted to show you they don't always have to dangle down. Once you get in the hang of making these fun little jewels and gems, you can make your designs go any which way you want. They can grow up and hang up and over and around and things like that as well. So hopefully we're a little bit more in focus down here now. I think so. So thank you, Helena, sorry for that, and good morning, Sharon. So again, I apologize, I'm a little raspy. I've got my water here. I am going to hold back any sniffles as much as possible today because I really don't want to be sniffling on the camera for you. So, but I am a little bit hoarse. So we're just going to start by creating our center, what everything of the design is going to come off of here. So I'm going to do another heart. We're heading into Valentine's Day. So I'm doing a lot of hearts. Is this still showing out of focus? It looks in focus on my my screen. Somebody else let me know. Must be your eyes. Okay. It might be your internet connection. Sometimes the internet, if your internet connection is slow, this is a live video. So if you're not getting a speedy internet connection, sometimes it will come through not quite as in focus. So that's possible. But okay, thanks for letting me know, guys. Otherwise, I would have stopped and restart here. So I'm just going to put on a basic heart shape. And I'm that person, sometimes when I freehand hearts, they get all lopsided and wonky, but I'm going to color it in so I'm not too worried. When you're doing your dangles, don't worry about the inside of your shape as much as the outside. Because the outside's what you're going to want your nice crisp edge on. And I'm going right on my rock. This rock is fairly smooth, but it's going to have a few lumps and bumps along the way. So once you've got your basic shape on here, you can really start to fix your edges and even it out. Here we go. Now I just want to clarify this pen here. I've got two different packs that are in the supply link. This is the one that says PN. It's a slightly different tip. I do use the other pack when I'm doing some extra fine details, but this one has a little bit more leeway with the tip. It doesn't wear down quite as fast. So once you've got your basic shape, you can start by doing some fun little dangles, the regular original style. I'm going to have one come right off the bottom here. I have a loop to the side, come down, and I'm going to do, I like how this dangle with it was a square with a black heart on the inside. I was playing around with actually putting some black back on top of the color on this one. See, we got a little heart in this one, some X's and dots. It's kind of fun to add some different looks to that. So just kind of go along on one side and just add some vertical lines just to kind of fill in the space on your rock. Now I've got some extra space here to the side, so I know I'm going to want to have it kind of come up and out. We got some lump and bumps there. Curl back in and then down like so. And then I can even have some little dangles coming off of that section like that. And then you can attach some of your dangles together like so, just like that. So once you've got some going downward, you can also add some fun things going up and away from whatever shape. Now you could do this with any shape in the center. I've done moons and stars before. You could do flowers for spring. You could have a nice pretty flower here in the middle, and your dangles could have little flowers off of them. So I'm just going to kind of have this one kind of go up and away. You basically just want to find a way to fill in the space of your rock. So I'm going to go like that, do these nice big spots on top. I'm going to have a few little things hanging down from these. I always like gravity to kind of bring it down towards the bottom. And then we've got some space over here on this side. I'm going to have the dangle kind of come out and down. And I really want to have some spirals on this one. I didn't quite make my dots big enough to do a spiral on the last one. So we're going to go like that. Best thing about these is you really just can make them up as you go. It's all about filling in the space on the rock. Uh-oh, Debbie says it's fuzzy too. Well, hopefully on the replay, maybe it will buffer itself out a little bit. Just kind of moving along, though. Once it kind of clears up, you might be able to see what's going on here. I'm just going to kind of keep moving along here. At this point, we're just filling in the space of the rock so that we've got some fun design all the way around the rock. So the main thing is, like I said before when I was doing the heart, you want the outside of your shapes to be the shape you want. Like so, see here? See how I kind of messed up that circle? So you just want the outside of the shape to be okay. Okay, Sharon says it's okay. I think it just kind of depends on your connection, I think, to Facebook when I'm on live. So if it's too fuzzy and you need to go back and see something in a little bit more detail, the replay will be available as soon as we're done live here. Okay, so I've got my rock pretty well filled here. I am going to add a little bit of design inside of my heart as well. I kind of did these scalloped edges on this one. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to kind of do some kind of, almost look like tiger stripes coming in. Just like so. Okay. So once you've got your basic shapes, oops, I didn't even put dangles on these down here, you guys. My brain is a little foggy still. My entire family was sick last weekend and into this week. It's been a very sad and miserable house around here. It seems like everybody had a slightly different take on the cold. So it's good to kind of start to feel normal again and hop on. There we go. All right. So once you've got your basic design, you can always go back and add some more dangles. I like to actually doodle off my tip just in case, especially if you're right on the rock, you can get dust in your tips. So make sure you doodle off that tip. And I'm just going to start going in. I've only got 2 colors today. Actually, I think I might do this one 2 different colors. Let's do purple and like a light blue. Okay. So I'm just going to start going in and filling in my shapes. Again, we're going to clean up all of our edges when everything's all said and done. So as much as you want to try to stay in your shapes as much as possible, if you go over the edge just a little bit, don't be too hard on yourself, okay? I tend to start in the center of my shape and kind of pull my color to the edge. See if I can do that on a big shape on that side. Okay, so see, like for this heart here, even if you're using brushes, do the same thing. You want to do the middle of your shape first. So for a heart, you're going to have a V shape. So once you've got your V shape, then you kind of fill in your circles at the top, then just kind of pull that back down. Just like that. And I'm going to do the center of my heart here with the blue. And I've been looking at people each Monday. We've had the prompt, so if you're trying out these dangles, to come back and share. So far, everybody seems to be really enjoying giving these a try. I've had a few private messages with some questions and comments that I was going to share today with y'all. One of them, people said they feel like they end up with too many dangles sometimes. So if this seems to be your problem, one of the things I would suggest, you can always add more designs into your picture. Can't take them off once they're there. So just start with a few. You can fill them in with color and then go back if you feel like it needs more and add it in. Also, if you tend to find your hands get shaky, some people are having problems, like keeping a steady hand with this. You don't have to sit down and do the whole rock from start to finish like I do in my live videos. If I'm not doing a live video, I'll often do my general outline design first. Then I'll kind of set it aside for a second. I'll come back and do either a few dangles colored in, or I'll just do one color and then I'll kind of set it down. It's okay to not do it all in one setting. Let your hands kind of relax if you have that problem. So again, I'm just going to go around here and bounce between my 2 colors and fill in my dots. When I have a bigger circle like this, I might kind of swirl around to fill it in, but on kind of a smaller dot like this, sometimes you just dab in the center and you just dab that same spot until it kind of adds enough paint that it spreads to fill in the circle. It's an easy way to not go over your outline as much. And when you go back in with your black again, it really crisps up the lines. So don't worry. Feel like you're going over the edges too much. I want a blue one on that last dot there. Okay. See, because some of these hearts even, see when I fill that in, it doesn't look like a heart right now. But that's okay. You want the inside filled. That's the most important part. Because when you add your outline on, it will look like a heart again. Okay, so I think I've got all of my little, oh, here's one. Now you can fill in your loops if you want. You can leave them empty. That's totally up to you. It's a big heart over here. So I'm going to want one more little dot hanging off of it. I think it needs one. So we'll let that dry for a second. Okay, So once you've got them all filled in, I'll fill that one in a second. You can kind of peek around. Look at, I put my finger right on a dot. I can see which one it was right there. You can kind of peek around, decide if there's anywhere else you want to add some dangles. If you're not sure, you can always start going back around and filling it in. So I'm going to start that now. And I like to go back over my main line as well if I'm working directly on my rock, because some of the pigment from your black can absorb into your rock. And I'll show you the difference between two lines once I finish one of them here. So I'm just going to go right over the top of my line. And I'll kind of show you before and after. I can't hold it up super close when I'm coloring. Okay, so that's the heart now. It doesn't look beautiful, heart-shaped. But once you go back over, you can fix it. And again, this is the time where you really want to take your time. If you have problems with having a steady hand, work small spaces. Rest, relax for a moment. I tend to have to hold my breath sometimes when I'm doing some of these shapes. But see, look at that. See the difference just between this set of dots here and even this square here. Once you get that nice crisp outline around it, it really fixes your shapes. So just make sure your shapes are filled in. Okay, so as you can see how as we work along, just really cleans up the edges. Now, you can go back as well on top of some of your dangles and add design. Like on top of this purple, I'm going to add a heart. In black, and I want to add a spiral to that blue one. See how you can go back with details and really make your dangles fun. Okay, so I'm not going to sit and fix all of these things. That will take too long. That would make too long of a live even for one of these demonstrations. But you could just continue along. Again, wipe off your tip. Just continue along your design, clean up all your edges, add in little designs and features if you want. Like here, I've got these little dots that really kind of give it that lace look. So I will show a picture of them both finished at the end of the video when I upload this onto YouTube later. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this series of dangles this month. I'm not telling you what next month's going to be, but we're going to have a new theme for next month of a skill that we're going to try to work on and develop as well. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with the January thing, there's a link above it. You can get to all the tutorials, all the lives that we've done earlier in the month. And then the supplies as well are listed there. So everybody have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging in with me with my voice today. Appreciate it. We'll see you all next month will be the next live. I know we've got almost a full week next week, but the 28th will be the last day for you guys to post your dangles on the page. So I'm not going to do a live after that. So the last week of the month will kind of be, I guess, a week off, but I will share some more fun inspiration rocks for you guys to play around with as well. So everybody have a great day. Bye-bye now.